Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wasn't really sure if I wanted to upload this video on my beauty channel, but I might just go ahead and do that because I haven't got a video up on that channel for a long time, and this is kind of a personal topic. I did just want to make the video so I could just share my experience with you guys, and you guys know that I like doing that, just so like if there's anybody else out there that's going through the same thing as me, then we can relate, or I can just give you guys some of my advice or just share what's going on with me and maybe somebody else out there can relate, or maybe I can help somebody. That's always a plus. So yeah, today I'm going to be, sorry about my hair is a freaking mess guys. I am sweating so bad. I had to come back here where the air conditioner is because I just got done making a whole nother video of shampooing my carpet and stuff, and you guys will find out in the video that I was having a heck of a time with the shampooer. So it's just been a long day for me, and it's like 3:30 right now, and I'm just like done. So I do apologize if I'm like looking pretty bad and sweaty and gross, but that's what's up. But yeah, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about going off my birth control experience. I've been wanting to make this video. I knew I wanted to make the video when I went off my birth control. I knew from the start that I was like, okay, I'm going to do an experience video after a couple of months. So it has been about 2 months since I've stopped taking my birth control pill, and I've been on my birth control for about 5 years, which is a long time in my opinion to be on birth control. Like, I don't know, I feel like birth control, obviously it's not a natural thing for your body. Like, the best thing for your body is to like not be on anything or have any kind of like method of birth control, you know. But obviously if you're not ready for kids, and this is just like my belief, if you want to wait to have kids and you just maybe you're having trouble regulating your period, which I know birth control is really great for that, and it did a wonderful job for me as far as like my period was on time every single month, never missed a period. Actually, I've never missed a period my whole entire life, but the birth control really like was down to a T with like, okay, I knew when I was gonna start every single month, and that was just really nice. That is like the reason why I took birth control, obviously, is because I was not ready for kids, and not everybody believes in birth control. Like, I know there's like people out there that just don't believe in it, and that's totally cool and fine if that is your belief. But for me, I do believe if you don't want to have kids and not ready for it, you should be taking some form of birth control, and that's just my opinion. But yeah, so I took the pill, and there's so many birth control methods out there, and I just took the pill. You take it once every single day, and for 5 years guys, that's like a long time taking the pill. I have missed taking my pill a few times, which led to me to like spot, especially if I missed like 2 or more days out of the month, I would like spot. I don't know if any of you guys have ever like missed a pill and that's happened to you, but that's what would happen to me, and I hated it because then I feel like I would spot up until I would have my period for the month, and it was so annoying because it made my period seem like it just lasted forever. So it was really hard for me to take my pill, but I can go ahead and give you guys a tip on remembering how to take your pill, and that is just lay it out on your sink or on your counter or wherever, you know. Obviously you might not want to put it in your kitchen if you don't want everybody to see it, which I don't really see what the big deal is. I mean, it's just something that everybody does, like it's natural, and everybody like does that stuff, you know, so there's really nothing to be embarrassed about, even though I used to kind of be embarrassed about stuff like that, but I'm kind of not like that anymore. But anyways, I would just lay it out in my sink, so every morning when I got up, I knew that I had to take my birth control pill. But sometimes I would miss, like I said, and that's not a good thing, especially if you are having sex that day or something and you miss your pill. That's kind of scary. I'm just trying to explain to you guys a little bit of background history of me on my birth control pill. I stopped taking my pill about 2 months ago, and the very first month off of my pill, the very first thing that I noticed was that I was having some cramping like in my stomach area, like down where your ovaries are. It was probably just like my body, like, you know, responding to like not taking the birth control, and I just had some like really mild cramping. It wasn't nothing too big of a deal, and I was kind of having like some random headaches too, which, like I said, it was probably just my body like saying like, what's going on with you, like not knowing what's going on, because for being on it that long and then just stop taking it, I was honestly scared, to be honest with you guys. Like, I was like, I didn't know what was gonna happen to me. I just thought like I was gonna freak out, or my emotions were gonna be all nuts and I was gonna be crazy, because the pill also like helps with hormones and stuff like that too, I believe. And like, yeah, I've never really had a bunch of issues on birth control. I do have some other videos on that if you guys want to go watch them. My birth control experience videos, I do have those. So if you guys have never seen them, you might want to check them out. And yeah, so other than that, the very first month I ended up getting my period. I noticed right away that my period was a lot heavier than when I was taking birth control. I hardly had any period when I was taking birth control, although it would come like every Tuesday of the month, which was also really weird, but I would start like every Tuesday. And I noticed the very first month after, I started on a Saturday, and that was weird because that I knew right away that I was out of whack, because I started on a Saturday, plus I don't think it was a full 28-day cycle or something after the previous period. So that was another thing that was just like, okay, my body's messed up now. My period was just so much heavier for like the first 2 days, and then I think I had like a full period probably like at least 5 or 6 days, which was a little bit longer than when I was on birth control. So let me just tell you guys real quick about this last period that I just had about a week ago, which is the second month that we're in now of me being off of birth control. I started on a Friday, which is pretty close to the Saturday. I kind of knew when I was going to get my period because I have this app on my phone called Glow. If you guys want to download that, it's like a fertility tracker, and plus if you're like trying to get pregnant, and or if you're just trying to track your period, whatever, it's a really cool free app that you can download on your phone. And that's how I know when I'm going to get my period, because I kind of have my periods all logged on there, and it helps me just like know when to expect it, even though it might not be 100% the actual day that I get my period. It does help me like know that it's coming somewhere around that area, you know. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting like an app or something like that to help you guys if you have periods that are irregular, which none of my periods my whole entire life has ever been irregular. I've always had regular periods. Every single month I have a period, and it's normally around the same time. Might not be the same exact day every month or whatever, but it's the same exact time. So this past month I had noticed that I had really extreme bloating, which I did not get any symptoms like that when I took birth control. I had no symptoms really. Like the only kind of symptom I would get when I was on birth control is that I would just get really like dry, and only I would get headaches when I was on my period with birth control. But other than that, I had no cramps, nothing like that like I had before back in my high school days when I didn't take birth control. My periods felt like they were the worst because they were so heavy, and like they weren't like so heavy, because I've heard people talk about like how bad their periods are, and some of them are pretty bad. Mine was like only the first and second day were only really the heavy days, and then after that I kind of like leveled out and it wasn't that bad. But I would get really bad cramps back in the day. So this past month I got a little bit of the cramps back, so I have a feeling those are going to come back. Probably next month, probably be even worse. But the thing is, I started on Friday, and then I was pretty heavy that day, and then like Saturday I was like a lot lighter, and then it was almost like on Sunday I was like having a lot of just like TMI, but a lot of just like kind of tapered off to be like the brown, like when my period ends. If any of you guys know what I'm talking about, which I'm sure you do, but it just kind of like got really dry. And then that was like it. Like that was it. I had a 3-day period this past month, which was like super odd and weird for me, because normally I have like a cycle. On birth control, my cycle was like 4 or 5 days, and then before I had a 6 or 7 day back in high school. I had like a full week of a period, which was shitty. But yeah, so this 3-day thing, I don't know what that is. I think it's just my body trying to get used to me not taking the pill anymore, and it's just been really weird and odd. And those are really my main symptoms that I wanted to tell you guys about. The bloating was like extreme, guys. Like I literally felt like I was already pregnant or something, because I actually was kind of worried about it, because, well, I wasn't like, you know, too worried, because me and my husband aren't going to be trying this year. But I was like, okay, if I am, I am. It doesn't matter. But we haven't been trying yet, if you know what I mean. So I was kind of like, oh my god, am I pregnant? Because look at my stomach. It literally looked like I was pregnant, guys. My stomach was like like that. And then after I have my period, I'm back to like I was before, and I'm like not looking forward to the bloating it like that, because I felt really uncomfortable and just like big in my stomach and lazy. And that's another thing that I noticed, is that I'm a lot more tireder now that I stopped taking the birth control pill. When I get my period, I can tell I'm just like really tired, especially the first day that I start my period. It's like been really the worst for me. See if you guys else has experienced this after stop taking birth control. I'd really appreciate if you guys left me some comments down below, and like what has happened to you guys. I'd like to know. And just like did your periods go back to normal eventually, or like how did that play out for you guys? I'd really like your guys' comments. So if you guys could leave a comment down below, I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, I love you guys, and thank you guys for tuning in today's video. I'm sorry that it was just kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I got most of the symptoms that I've experienced off my chest, but now that I've talked about it to you guys, I realized that this video was like, okay, you just talked about like 3 symptoms, and like that's kind of lame. But I hope you guys enjoyed it anyways. I wanted to make it because I just want to share this with you guys and hopefully get some feedback, because I'd really like your guys' feedback, because this is all new to me. It's been a while since I haven't took birth control. 5 years is a long time. So yeah, I'm glad that I'm off of it. Another thing, oh my god, I totally forgot. Okay, so the biggest thing for me, guys, since I stopped taking birth control, I forgot to mention this before I end the video, I have lost weight. Yeah, I am like so happy. My hunger has decreased. It decreased instantly. I noticed after a week, I think, after not taking the pill, after I had that last period and then I stopped my pill when my period was done, I didn't take it anymore, I instantly noticed that I was not as hungry and not craving anything like I was when I was on birth control. Birth control had me have this thing where I was like constantly craving food and just like eating all day long, like randomly things. Like I couldn't get satisfied for some reason. If any of you guys have had that experience with birth control, let me know. But honestly, I lost weight, guys. Like I probably lost, oh, I don't know, at least, I was doing the Lose It app before, which you guys know, and I lost a couple pounds off that. But most of my weight that I had lost is because I'm not eating as much and I just don't crave anything. It's like I'm not as hungry as I was when I was on birth control. So that is like the best thing that's happened to me so far from not taking the pill, is that I lost weight, and I don't know, feels great. But yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot to tell you guys that, because that's really one of the things that I was excited to tell you guys about. Because if any of you guys are thinking about going off birth control and you want to lose a couple, I think you will lose weight. If you want to lose a little bit of extra weight, I think you'll lose it, because yeah. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I hope I made sense, because I know a lot of times that I'm not very good about explaining things. So subscribe to my channel. There's a red button down there. If you just click that, you'll be notified when I post. On this channel, I don't post a whole lot, but if you go over to my main channel, I post every single week over there. Cleaning videos, vlogs, sometimes experience videos are normally on that channel, but since I haven't got a video up on this channel, I wanted to post this one on this channel today. So I hope you guys are okay with that. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.